Hello everyone, Shkarteri here. So welcome to the GT World Series. So it's a Manufacturers Cup Exhibition 3. It's round 2. So and again, I'm in the Citroen. So as you can see, I'm going to start in P13. So in this race, we had to use both the softs and the medium tires. Since I was P13, I decided to start with the medium tires. So managing to get 3 positions there, so going up to P10. Another one, so P9 now. Always a bit of carnage during the first lap. So I went a bit deep there. So Lamborghini also went off track there. So another position gained. So P8 now. So everything appears to be going really well at this point. Even though I was also aware that I was on the medium tire, so I could guess that maybe some of the other drivers behind were probably using the soft, even though, well, apparently not. Yeah, so not all drivers decided to use the soft tires at the beginning of the race. Also in terms of strategy, since we had to use both the medium and soft tires, most people decided to do a two-stop race. So using the medium tires and then using the softs. And then again changing into the softs, so using the softs 2 times or twice on this race. mistake there. So it put me under some pressure. And the Czech driver behind, so Johnny B. Got hit there by a German driver, even though at this point he appeared to have backed out. I got hit from behind, so I think it was Arhus who hit the back of the German driver and then pushed me off track. So basically this was when the race started to unravel. So due to that accident, so I lost a lot of positions. So back to P13 where I've started the race. Go ahead with penalty. Now the second penalty, so I'm going to pass Nico. And also the German driver had a big penalty there. forcing the overtake, so obviously I didn't want to cause any issues there. Didn't want to lose any more time, so I just let him pass. Just trying to manage my race and my tires. So not really the best of races so far. So one of the leaders there on the soft tires, so it's already pitting. So at this point I thought that maybe the soft tires would last around maybe 9 laps. So at this point I wasn't really sure if I should pit, for example, at the end of lap 12 and then use the softs, and then pit again and use the softs for another time, or if I should just do a one stop. Trying to figure out how long these tires were going to last. So at this point I was aware that the two drivers behind, so were two of the drivers that were in the top three. I knew that they were probably going with a lot of pressure. So, and like I said, I didn't really want to fight that much, especially because my tires were already getting really worn out. So I wasn't really going to fight. Slight mistake there. Also here lost a bit of time because of that. I'm guessing he was starting to feel a bit frustrated by this point. So then I just let him take the position. Like I said, here I'm going to bump draft him. I was trying to manage my tires, especially because at this point I had already decided that I was going to do a one stop in this race, so I knew that I had to make these tires last as long as possible. It was a risky strategy because I knew that almost everyone was going to pit twice. But I also knew that because of the incident in one of the previous laps, so I had to do something different to see if I could maybe gain a few more positions. So the drivers on the medium tires were pitting at the end of lap 14. Next time the Renault was already struggling. Since his tires were already very worn out. So that's why I didn't really want to fight that much. I just wanted to try and manage the tires as best as I could. was in P6 at this point, but I knew that I still had to pit. Like I said, I was just going to pit once. Also, since I didn't really know, the strategy for this, the drivers that were on the soft tires had pitted on lap 9, so I was starting to get a bit worried because we used those tires for 9 laps. So I was thinking that maybe I had to try and manage the medium tires until maybe around the 20th lap, I guess. But then I started thinking that maybe it will probably be better to stop at the end of this lap. Because I was starting to lose a lot of pace on these tires. So I just decided to pit now. So coming out of the pits in P13, like I said, I knew that I was probably going to lose a lot of positions, but on the other hand, since I was only going to stop once, so I was hoping that maybe I could gain a few more positions after some of them pitted again. So the leader pitted at the end of lap 21. And here I had already also passed another driver. So I went past another driver that I had to pit again. It was in P12. Drivers pitting. I was in P10 at this point. So I was starting to think that maybe this strategy could just work. P8. Like I said, so this strategy was actually working. I was starting to feel happy about that. But unfortunately, that wasn't really going to be the end of it. We're already getting worn out. got overtaken there by the German driver. Well, it was okay because he had better tires than I did. See if I could get P8, so it wouldn't really be a bad result. So Nico's on the soft tires and in better condition than mine. Like I said, so if they wanted to pass, I wasn't really going to force the issue because I knew that I had to manage my tires. So for 11 laps, so, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to do it or not. So, but in here, Anthony just decides to push me for no reason. I mean, not really sure why. I mean, I was taking my own line there and just made me lose one more position, then also getting a half a second penalty. So again, things were starting to get worse and worse. So due to some of these incidents. I was starting to feel a bit frustrated. Even though, like I said, I couldn't really push too hard because of my tires. So even though I was in P11, so I was still thinking that this was probably the best strategy, because if I had pitted twice, I would probably be in last place. So Anthony has an accident there, managed to get a position back. I was starting to feel a bit more relaxed at this point, because I could see that I was going to be able to manage my tires for 11 laps. And I managed to finish in P10. So it wasn't as bad as I thought at the beginning of the race when I went back to P13 again. I still managed to get some positions back, so overall it was okay, even though it could have been better if it weren't some of those incidents. Okay, so usually I would stop around this point, but so since this first race didn't really go the way I thought, so I just decided to do a second race. So things turned out to be even worse, because this time I could just only qualify in P15, so starting further in the back of the pack. So this time I decided to change my strategy, even though it wasn't probably a good idea. So this time I decided to start on the soft tires. So I just wanted to see if I could make them last for 11 laps again, or if I could do it for more. Already gaining 3 positions. So this one I think this one was P13. So this driver, which is going to be a driver that is going to be causing a lot of drama in this race. lot of people fighting ahead, so but still I just backed out because I didn't really want to be in the mix. So I was afraid of what might happen. The Alfa Romeo driver was indicating for me to pass, so I just decided to pass, but again, so I think it was this driver again. Yeah, we just murdered the Alfa Romeo driver and got a 4-second penalty for it. So like I said, this driver was causing a lot of carnage. So and I could see it in the rear view mirror. So I was starting to feel very worried about that. Because I knew that he could try to hit me off. But in here, unfortunately, I was really unlucky there because I got, oops, sorry, it wasn't this lap, it was the next lap. Because I thought that this driver was going to ghost when he went off track, but he didn't. I don't really know why, but I guess the ghosting system didn't really work this time because he was off track, so I was really expecting him to rejoin like that. So again, so in this case it was a really unfortunate incident. I get a half a second penalty for cutting the track there. So really frustrating again. Everything was going really well up until that point. To take the penalty there, and Max here, so he's going to take advantage of that. Max made a few mistakes there, so I was trying to be careful not to hit him. So Juan takes advantage of that because of my poor exit. I had to slow down a bit not to hit Max. So looking back, I think that maybe this wasn't really the best strategy. I should have probably started on the medium tires, since I was so far down at the back. But like I said, I just needed to see if I could make these tires last for more than 11 laps. I don't know why. I really don't understand why Juan here just decided to push Max off. So just doesn't make any sense. So some dirty driving there from the Spanish driver. Max went defensive, even though I wasn't really trying to pass him. Even though I was starting to feel really worried because I had OP rising behind me, and so he just decides to push me off track. So like I said, so another dirty driver, so just causing carnage in this race, not really caring about other people. He just pushed me off, just went flying there. And again losing my positions and then getting hit again from behind, but in this case, I guess it was an accident, so Mika let me go. Yeah, so he apologized. He used the hazard lights to apologize there, so it was fine. Then in here, so as you can see, so he just tries to, when he takes the penalty, he just tries to hit people off. Even when I was going to pass him, just tried to. Fortunately for me, he was still ghosted, or he could have caused even more carnage. So like I said, I tried doing a second race to see if I could improve on my result, but with all these incidents things were starting to get even worse than in the previous race. So that wasn't really helping my pace also on the soft tires. I'm starting to lose a lot of time. Even though considering that I started in P15, so I was still gaining some positions. The other Portuguese driver went into the pits, so he was on softs. So again, I was mostly concerned about Isaac. So behind me. As you can see, so his front left tire was almost dead by this point. I think he goes into the pits on this lap, yeah. I was managing my tires better than he was. So again, just letting Kantik, so the French driver, go there. Like I said, I want to try and manage my soft tires as best as I could. But I didn't really want to fight that hard. So sometimes we just have to think which strategy is the best for us and try to see if we can make that work. Also because with all this fighting, at the beginning of this race I thought that maybe I could do a two-stop this time, maybe using softs twice and then the mediums. At the end of the race, but because of all these incidents, so I just decided to do a one stop again. I was just going to pit once, change onto the medium tires, and then just drive them until the end. I decided to pit at the end of lap 11 because my rear right tire was almost dead, so it wasn't going to last very long. Still 11 laps on these tires was actually really good. I mean, I could, like I said, I could have maybe used the soft tires again for another 11 laps, but I just thought that if I had to pit again then for the medium tires, that I would just lose even more time. So, and in here again, so I just get hit by Rising again. So I was coming out of the pits. So again, just decided to. So the British driver just decided to ruin my race. I don't really know why. I'm guessing he was frustrated because he was in last place, but still, it wasn't really my fault. He was the one that was causing all this carnage. So again, I wasn't having any luck in this race. Being pushed off track a few times now. Still, I just decided to focus and try to do my best, see if I could still get some positions back. So at this point, things weren't really looking that good for Team Citroën, even though the driver in P2 was in the Citroën as well. So the South African driver. So he was doing much better than I was. So I did a 1:21.5 in the previous lap. And then here a 1:21.8. was trying to see if I could at least keep inside the 21s. So it was a good thing that I decided to pit just once, because with all these incidents, so if I had to pit again, so it would just ruin the rest of my race completely. Because at least with this strategy I knew that maybe, so just maybe, I could gain some more positions. Because I was guessing that most of them were going to pit again. To 121.0. Here I just forced a bit too much. So I was trying to see if I could push even harder, but almost made a mistake there. So the French driver Mika was in the pits. Coming out of the pits almost at the same time. Even though he was on the soft tires at this point, so I knew I couldn't really hold him back. Yeah, he was already flashing there to tell me that he was on soft and that he was going to be faster than I was. So I just wanted to try and keep up with him. So because I knew that his tires weren't really probably going to last that long with the soft tires. Because he still had to do 12 more laps on those tires. So I just realized that one of the other players had quit. Now we just had 15 drivers, and I think it was... Yep, exactly. So it was the driver that was causing all that carnage, and then he just decides to leave. So yeah, well, what can we say? So again in last place, even though this time it wasn't P16, it was P15. Two more drivers pitting. Or three or four. Not really sure. I think there were four. I managed to pass the Croatian driver, Pico. So I'm in here again, just pushing too hard, pushing too much, and get a half a second penalty again. Is it really? So in here I think it was the Portuguese driver, yep, that had it. Oh, not really sure what happened there, so we'll just see what happened. Well, not really a pretty sight. I think Portuguese driver tried to brake check him, even though I'm not really sure what happened before. Not really sure if the Bulgarian driver had already caused some contact before or not, but at least that brought a few more drivers closer to me. Max was in the pits as well. So moving up to P13. So Max was going to do this final stint on the soft tires. So I was obviously worried about that, because I knew that he was going to be much faster than I was. As you can see there, so most of my times on the medium tires were on the 121s. apart from the last lap. With another incident again. So in this case, it was my fault. I went off track and then I got the penalty. So, but again, 121. In my previous lap. I was just trying to keep my pace. Just to see if I could still salvage something from this race. Since we were already on lap 23, so at this point I wasn't really having much hope of getting more from this race. But then, so the Portuguese driver decided to pit again. I think it was his second pit stop, I guess. So up to P12 now, so I was starting to feel as if I wasn't going to get anything else from this race. So I guess considering that I started in P15, so again, so as long as I managed to gain some positions, so I feel happy about that. Because I know that I tried really hard, especially because I had to do 19 laps on the medium tires. And then I realized that Nico's pitting. I think he's going on the medium tires, I think, for these last few laps. Just check. No, it was actually the softs. I hadn't realized that. So almost everyone by this point was on the soft tires. Yep. So the other Citroen driver in first place. I was one of two drivers still on the medium tires. So 3 more laps to go. I was still on the 121s. So I was happy about that. So that meant that I could probably keep this position, because Max, even though he was on the his softs were already starting to lose efficiency, and I managed to. Oh yeah, because who pitted? Was it the Portuguese driver? No, I think it was probably the Portuguese driver, because yeah. So I'm in P11 now. I was trying to see if I could keep my gap to Max. To see if I could at least hold on to P11. So 121 again, so last lap. This is going to be the end of the race. So I'm holding on to P11. So on the one hand it was frustrating because I could have done a bit better, but on the other hand managed to get some of those positions back, so finishing in P11. So I guess I could say it was an okay race. So so this was round 2 of Exhibition 3 in the Manufacturers Cup. So I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you again soon.